This video will be short and sweet. It is a direct follow-up to the last one, where I will be comparing castles in the Middle East to geology here in America. We will be referring back to these pictures, but just for a fresh recap, this is a castle in Iran. This is also a castle. Another example. Here's another one. And last but not least. And I'm getting these images from Wikipedia under lists of castles in Iran. So for America, we'll start with Castle Rock in Colorado. According to the narrative, Castle Rock is a butte. A butte is an isolated hill with steep, often vertical sides and a small, relatively flat top. And I understand that many of you do see buttes as potentially being ancient giant trees. For the sake of this program, I'm just focusing on castles right now. So here's a look at Castle Rock, and here is a view of an actual castle in Iran. Here is another view of a castle in Iran. So I do understand why they call this Castle Rock, because it looks identical to the ones in the Middle East. It appears we also have a Castle Rock in Oregon, and this is what she looks like. An illustration of her. And here she is today. Looking back at our castles in Iran, it does appear to have very similar matching features to castles in the Middle East, which must be where it got its name from. We also have a Castle Rock at Big Bear in California, and this one has a legend to go with it. And to summarize this legend, a young and beautiful Indian girl fell in love with a young, beautiful Indian male. He was a hunter, and whenever he was gone on his hunting trips to get food for the tribe, his lover would climb to the top of Castle Rock and watch for his return. When she would see him coming from a distance, she would climb down and run to meet him. On one such trip, he did not return. Days turned to weeks. Finally, accepting that he wasn't coming home, the woman climbed Castle Rock one last time and then jumped to her death so she could forever live with her lover in the afterlife. Does that story sound familiar at all? So for me personally, I take that as a red flag. We also have Castle Rock in Kansas, which I covered in the first Hidden Kansas video. So now we'll just switch up our words a little bit and we'll go for Castle Mountain. Now we have mountains that are named Castle Mountain because they resemble castles. But they're not, they're geology. Don't get the two mixed up. Because if this is a castle in Iran, I have no problem hypothesizing this could have potentially been a real castle. So we'll switch up our words again and let's just say Church Rock. This Church Rock is in Utah. This is a castle in Iran. We also have Church Rock in Arizona. I see where it gets its name from. Here's another unique formation with Church Rock in the background. Here's a very unfortunate story. Church Rock radioactive spill disaster. Noticing how the walls are and comparing it to Church Rock. But that's just the magic of geology here in America. Is it looks very similar to castles in the Middle East. Here's another great look at Church Rock in New Mexico. Here's another fantastic look at it. We also have Citadel Rock in Montana. Here is some lovely artwork of that one as well. And we also have Ship Rock, which is also in New Mexico. Here's a cute artist rendering of Ship Rock under construction. So we'll compare Ship Rock to this one, because they both share a very similar shape. Only at Ship Rock, it's a bit more defined. When comparing it to a photo of a cathedral, seems like it would have had two spires. And this photo is a great example too, because you can see all these spires in the back of the building. And sure enough, this also looks like it once had spires all in the back. Naturally, I saved the best for last. This is Behestan Castle, also in Iran. And as I have covered many times, hoodoos are geology. These are 100% identical to hoodoos in every sense of the word. And these ones you can go inside. And when you get inside, you can see the evidence that this is not geology. This was a castle. And this is how she looks now. This is how hoodoos form. Here's Ferris Cave, also covered in Hidden Kansas Part 2. Here's a hoodoo. This was a building. Check out the little arches. They belong to this mountain, which means you can go inside the mountain. And it's not via natural cave formations, because this was a castle. We're not hiding that fact. And this is my favorite part right here. There is a photo for Bryce Canyon within the collection of Behistun Castle photos in Google. I see why this photo accidentally ended up in. I'm really trying my best not to cuss right now. Look at this thing. Somebody needs to answer for this one in the geology community. Why is Iran acknowledging this as a building and you guys are over here fucking around with geology? I apologize, I'm gonna put a penny in the swear jar. But this is game over now. You don't just get to say that on one side of the continent geology does it, and on the other side you have proof that this is a building. How is it that castles in Iran turn into pinnacles in American geology? It's either one or the other. I'm not sure if just my astrological signs are all out of whack, but I am genuinely pissed. I should be happy about this because I've discovered what I've known to be the answer the whole entire time, but I'm not ecstatic about it. Check out this stuff that's nearby. So I also came across this Surf Iran website, and we have this Alamut Castle. If this thing was in America, it would be called Castle Mound. But check out this illustration of what the castle used to look like. Here are castles from the movie Lord of the Rings. They designed these castles based off how they used to look in real life. This isn't a fairy tale. The fire towers that are up on mounds in the middle of a desert, they are these castles brought down. I will stop using the term melting because at the end of the day, I don't know what happened to them. But I'll change my vocabulary and I'll just say it was brought down. You get these top levels of survival, and then the CCC comes in, they put the wood up, call it a fire tower. Final thoughts going back to this castle in Cyprus and comparing it to Turner Falls in Oklahoma. Here's the one again in Cyprus, which is a Crusaders castle. And at Turner Falls, we have the castle, which is built by the WPA. And as I've speculated, these ruins are cut down to look like a castle. I believe it is a calling card for what this used to be.